The story of Alien 3 is one of the most fascinating ones when it comes to the entire Alien and Predator franchise and how Fox absolutely botched the third entry, which, if you were to cover it, could take hours, and I'm not exaggerating. So let's talk about some news about the potential original scrapped version. And if you've been keeping up, there was a lot of potential original scrapped versions. I know when it comes to Alien 3 that it's a very either you love it or you hate it film. I don't know many people, and I've certainly never met many people that are like, you know what, it's an alright film. Either you love it because it's completely different and kind of loses its mind and does some crazy new things with the franchise and takes it in a crazy new direction that bookends Ripley's story, or you're on the other side where you're like, they ruined everything great about Alien 1 and 2. I personally enjoy a lot of the film, but its shortcomings are very apparent, and I absolutely hate the third half. Like, absolutely hate it. Like, it just falls apart for me. But again, we know that it was Fox, studio meddling, mandates, last-minute changes, budget cuts. A lot of stuff went into this film, resulting in what we got, just like Alien Resurrection. But we got some new info on a version that would have come at us from the director of Deep Blue Sea and Cliffhanger. This being Rennie Harling, who shares info on that specific version. And he told Slash Film that his ideas were different and that he was working on the film in 1989, which would have been before Jurassic Park and all of those films. And the idea was to set the film and the aliens on Earth. But the studio felt that it was not a attainable vision of the film, especially for a director that's pitching such a high concept in something that is bigger than what he's ever worked on before. And he reveals that the thought process was, well, you got the first one, which is, hey, it's like truck drivers in space. And then you have aliens. Well, it's Marines in space and a lot of action. What if we do and he describes the poster and the idea, talking about how there's a farmhouse and it's lit by moonlight, and suddenly in the cornfield you see the Xenos coming out of it. And that this film would have kind of focused on that aspect of it, and it's not so much Xenos take over the whole planet, it's a smaller, more contained story on Earth. And he says he believes it would have been a hit, but the studio was just like, nope, we don't want that. We don't want to go in that direction. So we're going to go with this other thing about a prison alien ship planet thing. And then we know how that went. So yeah, it's crazy that so many different people pitched so many different times, hey, put the xenomorph on Earth. And every time they pulled back on it, and the best thing we got out of that was unfortunately AVP Requiem, or AVP 2. Ooh. Ooh. Boy. Yeah, I think this Alien 3 definitely would have been more interesting than either of the other things I talked about.